Okay, now you got a few books. We're going to talk about them. What? Now, but you mentioned some of these books are one chapter books.
Yeah,
I'm not familiar with that concept. Is there what's behind that idea?
so basically I was looking at, I have a lot of marketing and business books, and I was looking at a stack of them.
Mm-hmm.
They all had one thing in common.
Mm-hmm.
I never finished reading any of them.
Yeah.
And the reason why is because when I found the chapter that solved the problem that I bought the book for,
Yeah.
I wanted to put that in action right away.
Right.
So I never got to the rest of, maybe the rest of the book had some cool stuff in it too.
Yeah.
But, so I decided, well, if there's a lot of people like me that are just trying to solve problems, why don't I just write a book that's only about that particular problem?
Mm-hmm.
If you have that problem, you can buy that book, solve it, and you have your action steps of what to do with it. So that's how it came about. Is basically, instead of writing a 15-chapter book
Mm-hmm.
that people are only going to read half,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to write one chapters and release a bunch of little books.
So I think that actually makes sense, right? I mean, most of the books I haven't read them. You know, I haven't read that many books cover to cover, especially these days, right? Books. I know we were talking with Esther earlier about like writing the books, and I'm thinking, because I have this thing that I said books aren't for reading anymore; they're for writing.
Yeah.
But what are some of the problems that you've solved with your books, or that how many one-chapter books do you have?
So I have 5 that are out on
Yeah.
Amazon, and I have a couple more that I'm going to be releasing next year.
Yeah.
But I started with Ask for the Money.
Okay.
So that was the first one, because I was running into a lot of entrepreneurs through my coaching that was their big problem, is they had a great product and they could present it.
Mm-hmm.
But when it came to actually asking for what it was worth,
Mm-hmm.
they would stumble and fumble and usually lose the deal.
Mm-hmm.
And so what I write about is things I've already experienced
Mm-hmm.
and struggled with and solved. So that whole story is about my journey of getting thrown into sales and kind of getting the boot camp,
Mm-hmm.
trial by fire
Mm-hmm.
experience,
Mm-hmm.
and how I use the law of attraction and focused thought to really be able to achieve what I needed to achieve, which is ask for the big dollar sale.
Yeah, I think I'm familiar with that issue. Why do you think it is that people don't ask for the money?
Because you're scared. You feel like you're taking money from someone, and you're not sure that they're gonna buy it.
In other words, you're afraid of rejection, and you don't want to rip them off.
Yeah, but the problem is you're not realizing that you're not selling them the product.
Mm-hmm.
So the whole book, the key to it is talking about relationship and how you build that relationship and that trust, so that you're actually solving a problem for them.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're solving a problem, people will pay for that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's one book. What's another one?
So then the second one was really, how do you take your great idea, your $1 million idea, and give it the best start that you can? So a lot of people would jump in, have a motivational coach, tell them to burn the boats and jump in,
Mm-hmm.
but they had no concept of what they're doing, whether their idea is a part-time idea, a full-time idea, how much money it's going to cost, how much time it's going to cost, like what's your investment into it.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of break all that down and walk the reader through all the things you need to think about to be able to get your business to the best start that it can.
Mm-hmm.
So not every business idea you have is a full-time job idea.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's really understanding, should I keep my full-time job and still work this on the side, or how do you do that?
Right, which is I think that's an important kind of knowledge to bring to people, because I really think the economy of the future is going to be entrepreneurship, really. But people, I mean, how many businesses fail? How many lessons do you have to learn before you can actually succeed in a business? And when you're young, you're gonna, and people that have great ideas may not necessarily have the right skill set to do all those ideas, even if it is a great idea, or they don't know how to start, like you're saying. So I think that's the kind of information people.
I heard somewhere that it's 18 times. They took the millionaires who were under 40 and they asked them, how many times did you have to fail before you became a millionaire? And they all said it was 18 times failing, and then that was typical before you became a millionaire. And that was under 40 years old. So you're right that you have a good idea. It's very excitable, and then what will happen is you drop your job thinking you need to invest all this energy, time, and effort into your idea to make it work. But if you don't have somebody there who's objectively saying, "Wait a minute, this is a great idea, but the reality is it's only half of an idea. Keep your daytime job and do this." Then the person can just run wild with it. There's always going to be a banker who's going to say, "Yeah, I'll back up your idea. Quit your job." Blah, blah, blah. So it's good that they have that book, because you're going to raise subjects that probably they're not going to come across, especially with the people who want them to, take that big leap. Same publisher?
Yeah, so those are self-published through Amazon.
Right, nice. What's the third book?
So the next step would be, it's called The Lonelypreneur. It's all about the Lonelypreneur.
Oh, okay.
Because you're jumping in, you're all by yourself, and so now it's about how do you build a team of support, and not just people that you're paying to advise you, but actually how do you connect with other entrepreneurs that are at your level? How do you find some that are higher than you that can help you to navigate through the many struggles of working on your own? And because you run into a lot of roadblocks and hurdles that they're hard to solve, and you just need to reach out to someone that's been through it as well that can help you to navigate.
Okay, so let's do what are the other two titles?
So the other two titles, one is called The Luckypreneur.
Yeah.
That's book 3?
4.
So they're kind of, so there's one that's about social media that's in between there.
Yeah.
And it's really just navigating the constant changing of Zuckerberg's, algorithms.
Yeah.
Because that's a real problem for entrepreneurs. You build up your Facebook page and everything's going well, and all of a sudden you're not getting any engagement.
Right.
Then the Luckypreneur is how do you position yourself that you're in the right place at the right time, and you're taking advantage of opportunities when they come to you.
So how did you get all this knowledge, this wisdom?
It's all through things that I've done and what works and what doesn't work. And so I only write about the things I've already done. Mm-hmm. So if it's a concept that I'm learning about, I don't write about it. Once I've learned from it and I understand how it works, then I'll write about it.
So are you still an entrepreneur? I mean, I know kind of everything that one does, even being an author. You sort of have to be an entrepreneur, but especially if you're self-publishing, right?
Yeah.
But are there other businesses that you have been involved with?
Yeah, so right now I'm also a business consultant. So I work with a company in the U.S., and I'm helping them with sales strategies, developing their sales network, their dealer network, and then also some of the management. So I used to run a shop, so I ran like a big plant. So I helped them with their procedures and all of that type of stuff to help their managers, so coaching with the managers.